Hi, and welcome to our Adobe Illustrator in Under 10 tutorial series where we discuss techniques in Adobe Illustrator in under 10 minutes. And we are going to be discussing the blend tool today. And it's a simple tool. This is going to be really quick. There's nothing complicated about it, but you do have a couple of options in terms of blending. Uh, there is a menu option for blending, and then there is an actual tool for blending. So we're going to start with the tool because the tool is the quickest. We are going to click the tool in your toolbar. It'll look like three different shapes. Actually, it's going to be a square and then a circle with a transitional shape in the middle. And of course, blending is just transforming and morphing from one thing to the other. Now, if we were to use this tool, it's pretty much straightforward, but it does give you your blend tool options if you were to double click it. So we're going to cancel that. But for right now, we're going to click our shapes on the board and we're going to connect them and blend in between the shapes. Now, as is, we have a square, circle, and a triangle, all of different colors. And the reason why is because the blend tool not only transforms the shape to the next shape, but it also transforms one color to another color. So you'll notice that it should go from a red square to a blue circle to a yellow triangle. So we're going to click shape 1 and then click shape 2. And then we can actually click shape 3 and it'll transform to that. Or we can go back and we can go from shape 1 to shape 2, or shape 2 to shape 3, or shape 3 to shape 2. And you'll notice that it'll change accordingly. Now, because of the way we have this set up, it has an infinite color transition and shape transition. Okay, but if we were to double click our blend options or the tool, we would get our blend options. We could click preview, and because it's set to smooth color, you can see the transition between it smoothly and the shape. But let's say we wanted to see specific steps. So we can change that and let's decrease it. And as we're smaller in numbers and we increase, you'll notice that it gets more and more smooth. It's almost like rounding out the corners of a rectangle. But the less, the more you see the color transitions. So that is the purpose of specify steps. But we could also change the distance if we wanted to, and we can change it to less or more. And the reason we do that is because sometimes the distance is more important than the actual steps between. Now the orientation, if we had it along a path, would change accordingly, but we don't have one there yet. So we will specify that soon. Let's go back to smooth color, click OK. So that's how you would use it with just the blend tool itself. So let's undo what we already did and let's go into our options. We're going to blend these two. So we're going to go to Object, Blend, and we're going to, let's say we go to Blend Options. That's going to bring this up again. We can click Specify Steps, click OK, go back, Object, Blend, and we're going to make. All right. If you were to click Control Alt B or Command Alt B, Command Option B on a Mac, you would be able to transition between the shapes without actually having to go into the option menu or the object menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to select these two again, and we're going to Control Alt B and blend them. Now, as is, we have it going in one direct straight line, but we can actually manipulate the spine, which is what this is called because it runs down the middle, and we can change that so that it's angled, and you'll notice that now the transition goes along that spine. We can actually curve it the same way we would do with any line segment, and now you'll notice that it goes according to that. But let's say we had a different line and we wanted this to be the actual spine for our object. We would select our object with that spine. We would go into Object, go into Blend, and we will go to Replace Spine. And now it goes according to the spine that we had set. Let's take that off. And actually, let's take this square and let's rotate it a little bit. Now you'll notice the transition in it rotating from one place to the other. But let's get rid of that. Let's get another square out here. And we're actually going to do two squares. we're going to get rid of these shapes. We have these shapes now. Actually, let's get rid of that one. Let's turn this and make it a diamond. Let's bring this up. Let's bring this down. And up. We still have that leftover shape. Let's get rid of that. Let's change the size. Alright. So let's make it a little bit smaller. Alright. We're going to make two of them because we need two objects in order to blend to go from one to the other. Then we're going to make a big circle. Change that to a stroke. Drag that circle. Let's get it in the middle. If you're not sure how to do the alignment, check out the alignment tutorial. That should help you out. We're actually going to cut the circle open so that way what we're doing works, because without it cut open it does not work properly. So let's grab this and this. Let's create a blend between the two. Alright, now that we have that, let's select these and replace the spine. And now you'll notice that it goes around the actual spine. Now, what we're going to do, let's increase the steps. Alright. Alright, so as you see, it stays in the same position, just going around the entire circle. But sometimes you may want that position to change, so we may want to align it to the path. So we're going to preview that and click that, and now you'll notice that it rotates according to the path itself. Okay? So that's one of the other options of when you're doing this and you're creating it. So we click OK. We're done with that. Now you can change the way the spine is by going into your blend options, and you can reverse it, and you can reverse it from front to back. It's essentially changing the blend and how that actual shape of the spine is. So when we had our zigzag spine, right, it was an abnormal shape. And let's just create really, really small ones so we can tell the difference between one side and the other. Now let's replace this. Let's go to Object, Blend, Replace Spine, and now we have it like this. And let's change the color. Let's say we make that yellow. And then we go from Object, Blend, Reverse Spine. You'll notice that it now changes that color. And that's how we would be able to adjust it with the blend tool. So, I mean, it's fairly easy. You have your toolbar option as well as your object menu option for you to be able to change these. And if you had it highlighted, you could, of course, expand it. So let's go to expand. And now you can individually select and delete the portions that you want to out of the actual blend itself. So right now you'll notice that I'm chipping away at it, but because there were so many, it's a little bit different. Let's just give you one quick last tip. Let's get this back to where it was, at least with the circle. Alright. If you wanted to release the blend, we can go Object, Blend, Release. And now it'll go back to its original form. Alright, so if you wanted to get rid of it and you didn't want to have the blend anymore, that's a way for you to go back to how it was previously. Alright, so that's it. That covers everything with the blend tool. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you would like more tutorials, feel free to ask as well. You can find me online at www.theonewillfocus.com or on Instagram, where the majority of my work is shown at theonewillfocus. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next tutorial. Take care.